everyone, I'm Jodi and welcome to my channel. I'm really glad that you're here today. If you are new, welcome. I'm super excited that you found my channel, and after this video, feel free to look through the channel at all the videos, everything from tutorials to product reviews. You'll find a whole lot of fun stuff to binge on if you're looking for something to binge. If you are a returning subscriber, thanks so much for coming back and looking at these videos and for your comments. I've really enjoyed reading them and hearing from you guys. And the community is really what I wanted to create here, and sharing of ideas and talking about how this product worked for one person, this product didn't work for another person until they added, this powder or this moisturizer. And so we're really learning from one another. And at this stage of life of, kind of going through these 40s and 50s and 60s and all the things that happen between our hair texture changing and our skin texture changing and parts of our body not looking like they ever have before. We need help from one another and we need that support. So thank you so much for those of you that have been showing up and leaving comments and supporting one another. It's so positive and really what I was hoping to create with this channel. All right, so if you are like me, you have stayed away from the sun, but you like the look of that tan bronze look that the sun gives you without the sun. There are so many self-tanning products on the market that it's really hard to know which ones work, which ones don't, and I certainly don't claim to have all the answers. But what I do have for you today is walking you through what my routine is for self-tanners, and we are going to put 6 of them. Is there 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry, 5. We're going to put 5 of them through a review so that you can see which ones work best. And I'm going to put them all on my arm. We're going to do this together, and then I'm going to finish the video tomorrow after each one of them have had a chance to set up. So we will fast forward 12 hours and see how they look after they've had a chance to sort of give themselves some color. And then we're going to take a look at it about 4 days later just to see how it wears, because I think that's really important. A lot of self-tanners can look good in the beginning. How they wear is another story. Now, a few things to keep in mind when using self-tanners: you've got to exfoliate, because otherwise you are just putting that tanner on top of skin that is going to flake off. And so your skin flakes in different areas at different times. So as some skin is drying and flaking off and other skin isn't, that's where you get that patchy, unhealthy look. So putting self-tanner on good moisturized, exfoliated skin is critically important. In order to do that, I like to use a dry brush and then get in the shower, dry my skin, and then put on my self-tanner. The dry brush, I think, for me, as I get older and my skin is just more naturally dry, I think the dry brush does a better job of getting off all that dead, flaky skin. And dry brushing is always so good to get all the lymph nodes clean and get all of your blood flowing in your body before you shower anyway. So I just love how invigorating it feels before I take a shower. So I will dry brush my whole body, get all the dead skin off everywhere, and you can probably see that floating in the camera. And then I will, like I said, shower, dry my skin, and put on my suntan lotion. Now, while you're in the shower, I also like to take another step of exfoliating just in case the dry brush left anything behind. And I like to use a body scrub. I'm loving this Kopari, the Coconut Crush blend. This stuff, you guys, smells so good. I just highlighted this recently. It just, it smells, it reminds me of something, but I haven't been able to put my finger on what it is yet. So if any of you have this and you have that smell, you can identify what that smells like. It's something popular. I just can't figure out. Yeah, I can't pinpoint exactly what it is. It's not a strong smell. I am, I'm sensitive to migraines, so I wouldn't recommend something that has a strong fragrance. It's very faint, but it's beautiful. The packaging is recyclable, which I love about it. And the other thing I like about this scrub versus some of the other ones is it rinses off really nicely. It doesn't leave a film on my skin, which will then have a reaction, whether good or bad, to the suntan lotion or the self-tanners. I really don't like to have anything in terms of a scrub that's gonna leave that film, because I have had self-tanners that just didn't work right and I couldn't figure out why. And it was because they weren't adhering to my skin because of that sort of that layer of moisture or oil typically that's left behind from the body scrub. So this one does not do that, and I love it. After I have done the prepping, I will go right into the self-tanning. Now today, what we are gonna try, stay with me on this one because you guys might think this is a little crazy. I think the one that's gonna come out the best is this first one. Now I have them in alphabetical order so that tomorrow when we look at these again and in 3 or 4 days from now, we can remember which order they're in. They're in alphabetical order. The one I think is gonna come out the best is this Aussie Bronze. It's A, so it will be the first one we test. Now this is not a typical suntan lotion or sunless tanning lotion that you would find in the store. This is, and I think it's a brilliant idea that I came up with, and I've loved this every year, so I'm curious to see how it holds up against traditional, you know, commercial type sunless tanning lotions. This is the type of tanning lotion that you would put in a spray tan machine. You know the kind, if you've went and had a spray tan and you kind of stand there like a car and somebody sprays you, it looks beautiful. That's what this is. This is the liquid that they actually pour in those machines. I mean, there's a variety of them, but that's what I use for my self-tanner is the liquid that you would put in a self-tanning machine. So we're gonna see how this holds up against some of the more popular, and let's just do it. Let's just put it on and see what tomorrow brings. Well, it's gonna bring some long sleeve shirts is probably what it's gonna bring because I'm gonna have stripes on my arm. So I'm just gonna use a paper towel and I'm just gonna put a little bit of each one of these on my arm, and we will just put a little strip so that we can see how it goes. So again, this is the Aussie Bronze. This is the 8 ounce and it's 8% color. Now, when you buy these for a spray tan machine, which I do have a spray tan machine, I indulged, and a few years ago I bought one on Amazon. I'll link it below. I love that thing. I love that thing. My friends and I have had more fun spray tanning each other than you can imagine. I mean, just when you have a bunch of girlfriends together and you're spray tanning one another, it's like getting ready when you were in high school. It's so much fun. In fact, they're already ready for me to do it again as we get ready for summer and spring. I'm not going to demonstrate how to use that machine because it's pretty self-explanatory if you've had a spray tan, but I will link the one below that I use, that I bought. It's in the other room, and they're super easy to clean. You just pour this solution into the machine, you adjust the nozzle that you want to spray it, and you just spray it. And it's lasted 3 years, and I've done a ton of tanning. Now, I'm not a commercial tanner, so I don't spray tan people for a business, so it hasn't been used like a commercial one would, but I think it was like $200. It's been well worth it for me and my friends. So that is what my first suntan lotion is, or my first sunless tanning is going to be, is the one that you'd put in a spray tan machine. Now, you don't have to buy the spray tan machine to use this. You just put it on a mitt like you do any other sunless tanning lotion and put it all over your body. The color is the same. So that's what I would recommend right now. We'll see what the next few days look like in terms of which one of these looks the best. So Aussie Bronze, we're gonna put right here across the top. And we're just gonna leave that on and see what it looks like. Okay. The other night when I was thinking of how to demonstrate this video, this seemed like a really good idea. We'll see in the next few days if I feel that strongly about it, but right now I think this is a brilliant idea. All right, the next one that we're gonna use is the Jurgens Natural Glow. I love this one if I'm not wanting too dark of a color. What I like about it is it feels like it hydrates my skin. As you guys know, sunless tanning lotion can definitely be drying on the skin. This, I don't feel like I get that. So I feel like it moisturizes my skin. I do wake up the next day, and if I forgot I've done that, I'm like, oh, my skin has a nice glow to it. It definitely works, has a nice gradual color. If you want something that has a little more color, a little faster or darker, this may not be the best option, but let's just see how it performs. I'm just gonna rub it in so that it doesn't kind of get on top of everything and then wears off, and then that's not really doesn't give it a fair shot, okay? So let me just put the lid back on this one before I spill it and my lighter carpet becomes a disaster and I have to go explain to my husband why we need new carpet in the office. The next one we're gonna use is the Loving Tan Deluxe Bronzing Mousse. Now this was one of those Instagram made me buy it, or one of those videos YouTube made me buy it. That's where this came from, and I have loved it. I have really liked it. I have it in the medium. And it's performed well. I don't know how it's gonna hold up with these other ones, so I am curious to see. It's in a mousse, which does make it easier to apply. And I do like it for that reason. So I'm just gonna put on, that's probably too much. So let's just not do that, because that could be one really dark spot across my arm. I'm just gonna get it on a little bit like that so that we can go right below that Jurgens. It does deposit some color, not as much color as that Aussie Bronze does, but it does deposit some color. I want to make these thick enough so that you can really see the difference when we take a look at them later. Okay, that Aussie Bronze has a little bit, I think you can maybe see that, it has a little bit of a bronzer on it right when you do it. So you would walk away with some color as the day goes on. The next one I'm going to use is the Saint-Tropez Self Tan Classic Tan. This is one variation of the many within their SKUs that they have. This one is just the natural healthy looking skin. So we're gonna go right here with that one. Because it's a lotion, it would be a little harder to put on the napkin without losing some of the product. And we didn't do that with the Jurgens lotion. Since that Loving Tan was a mousse, we went ahead and went on the napkin first. This is the Saint-Tropez. It gives you sort of a nice bronze as you start as well. So you would have some color immediately. Most of these are going to give you more color, 4 to 6 hours from now, as long as you don't get it wet, if you don't sweat or work out. But so that gives you a nice little bronze color as well. Now, the last one we're going to put on before we walk away and see what we've got. Watch me forget I did this, then I'm going to do another video like tomorrow and I'll forget and you guys are gonna go, what's wrong with your arm? I love to use this tan-luxe Super Glow on my face if I'm gonna be on vacation or on holiday. Then I will mix a few drops, 2 drops of this and then 2 drops of this. I'll mix them together and put them all over my face, down my neck, so that when I don't want to wear makeup that day, or maybe I just want to wear just a little bit of a tinted moisturizer, my face isn't quite as white as the rest of my body, which is how it normally is because I sunscreen so heavy on my face. It just gives a nice glow, but it doesn't look tanny to me. And I exfoliate ahead of time, just like I do with my body. So let's go ahead and use that same brand, the tan-luxe Hydra Mousse. And it's a mousse, so we're gonna put it here. It comes out white on the napkin. And we're gonna go right below that, about 1 inch wide, and see what it does. Make sure I get the same amount of product, or otherwise our little science experiment is gonna fail. I don't feel like I got as much of that one, maybe because it's white and I can't really see it as well, but it does not leave a bronzy color behind it like the Saint-Tropez did. Okay, so there you go. We shall return in about 12 hours and see what we got. So any wagers? What do you guys think? So far, I don't know. I think what's going to be the darkest, I don't know. I will reserve my, no, I can't ever reserve my thoughts. I think it's going to be this one, but we will wait and see. All right, I'll see you guys in about 12 hours and we'll see where we're at. All right, you guys, so due to the magic of YouTube, we have fast forwarded 12 hours and 25 minutes. I put on these samples last night at 8 p.m. It is now 8:25 the next day. I have showered 1 time and I have then put on 1 layer of a moisturizing lotion. I just use the Neutrogena Body Oil. Love this stuff. So after I got out of the shower this morning, I put this on just to see, because that would be a normal wear for me. So I wanted to see how it will hold up. Now, I will also finish this review with a 3-day check-in. I don't think going past 3 days is really a fair assessment, just because everyone's skin's different. We treat our skin differently, but I think 3 days is probably a good test of how most of us would use this and put on a moisturizer. Now, I will just use this daily oil once a day for the 3 days, just so that we can kind of get a baseline of what it worked under those, of how these worked under those conditions. I'm surprised by the results so far, to be honest. I really did think that this Aussie Bronze was going to be the darkest. It is a very pretty color. The Jurgens has actually showed up really nice. The darkest one so far has been the Deluxe Bronzing Mousse. I don't know that I love that color as much as I love the next one, which is the Saint-Tropez. No surprise, that's a really good, you know, tanning solution. They've been around for a long time. It's a little warmer than the Jurgens and the Aussie Bronze. And then last but not least is the tan-luxe Hydra Mousse. And it's not showing up much at all. And then this side of my arm is the actual normal arm. So not a big difference between these two, but the other four have really, I'm very impressed. I don't think you can go wrong with any of them. Again, I'm not sure I'm loving that color, but depending on different skin tones, it might be perfect. Now, earlier in the video, I shared with you the tan spray that I love in the summertime, especially with my friends. So I thought I might as well just get it out so that you guys can see it and how super, super simple this is. So you literally just get this machine like this. It has a power button right here. And then you literally just hook up the hose to the front of this, just like you would a garden hose. And it just goes in and connects once. And it's a pretty long hose. I can look online. It's probably 6 to 8 feet. I would say it's a good long hose. And then you just hook it up to the back of your tanning solution. And then you just take off this and fill it with whatever, you know, color you want. And for different people's skin tones, you may want different colors. I just love that medium because it works for most of my friends. And you put it in there, adjust the nozzle. I usually spray it on a piece of cardboard just to make sure that I've got the right amount of solution coming out. And if you want it to spray horizontally or if you want it to spray vertically, you can make those adjustments. And you literally just pull this nozzle back and just like you would spray a car. So I love this. I think my friends love it as much as I do. So it becomes a lot of fun. This is super light. I don't hold this while I spray. I just set it on the ground. And again, you guys, I bought this so that I could spray myself more than other people. Like, I'm not in the business of spray tanning people, but I do spray tan myself. So I do love it for that. Now, if you're gonna do it yourself, you just hold it out as far as you can go and turn it to the lightest mist setting. And then a little tip is if you need to spray your back, which of course we do because we can't see back there, but we still want it to match the rest of our body. I finally asked someone at a tanning salon and they said, just kind of bend forward and spray it in the air and it will fall on your back. So that's what I've done. And then I've looked in the mirror the next day and it looked fine. So I would recommend that if you are wanting to spray tan yourself. And I'll link this machine in the, I picked it up at Amazon. I'll link it in the description box below. I've had a lot of fun with it and then I just keep it in like a little bag all summer long. So I hope that's helpful. And from there, what we will do next is I will just check in with you guys in about 3 days and we will see how this wears. Again, under daily showers, a daily dose of body oil to keep it moisturized, and we'll see which one performs well. I'm not going to put a second coat on any of these. I think it's fair just to see what one single coat does. All right, so we'll check in a couple days. All right, you guys, so here we are in day 3 of our tanning science experiment, as unscientific as it is. So as I said, once we put on all of those 5 colors, I did use this Neutrogena body oil once a day and I've showered each day. So what I'm going to show you is what these tanning products look like after 3 days of wear, 4 showers, and daily moisturizer. So that gives us a baseline to see how they perform. Now, how you wear them or moisturize or shower or not shower within those 3 or 4 days will have some variable of how these wear for you, obviously, but I just wanted to give us sort of a baseline so that we were all working from sort of the level playing field. So let's see how they held up. I was wrong actually, because I thought that this Aussie Bronze, which was this one, was going to be our winner. It's a very pretty color. It's not real patchy. I like the tone of the color, I think is what I would say. It's not orange. It didn't go near orange at all, which I think we all know sometimes tanning lotions can have that tendency. That was, I thought it'd be darker though. So, and again, it is meant to be in a spray bottle in terms of like a spray machine. So I want to say that fairly. It's not designed for all over the body in a sponge like I did, but this is how I wear it. If I don't put it on through the tanning machine, I do put it on a sponge and wear it. It's beautiful, but it didn't perform as well in my test as I thought it would. Number 2 though, this Jurgens, for only applying it one time, and it's a natural buildable, plus it has firming in it, so I kind of love that idea. But it's a really pretty color. It's not orangey either. It's oranger, warmer than that Aussie Bronze, but it's not, and it's a little probably warmer than the Loving Tan. But it gave definitely some color, so I was happy about that. The third one was this Loving Tan Deluxe Bronzing Mousse. Now what I did like about this was, and this is in the medium, I did like the fact that it was a mousse, and you could see instantly where that color went. So if you missed any spots, it's a really pretty color. I think it's a little more reddish than some of the others, and you only know that when it's side by side. I don't think it would look reddish on most skin tones, but when you put it again side by side, but really pretty. And I love how again, I love the color that it deposits when you first put it on because of that mousse. Saint-Tropez, I think there's no denying how well Saint-Tropez does their tanning solutions. They've been doing it for years, and there's a variety of formulas, whether you like mousse, if you like lotion, if you like dark, medium, if you like color now, if you like color gradual, if you like color within 24 hours. They have the widest range of options to customize your tanning experience, in my opinion. And that color is just really, really pretty. So you can't go wrong with Saint-Tropez. And then this tan-luxe also performed really well. Now you can see where it ended. The thing I have to say about the tan-luxe is it came on strong in the end. It wasn't as dark after the first 12 hours as I thought it would be, but it definitely left a really pretty color, I would say 14, 15, 16 hours. And the beginning of the second day was where so maybe 24 hours is where I really started to see that color developing. And it is a really pretty color. I think of all of them, it's probably my favorite tan look. It just know that it takes a little longer to develop, or at least it did with me. Now it is also in a mousse, but it doesn't leave the color instantly that this Loving Tan did. So depending on what your needs are and how quickly you need to tan, I think I would go between those. I don't think you can go wrong with any of these. I'm pretty impressed with how they all performed. The Jurgens I really didn't think was gonna perform as well as it did because it's a gradual every day, but it absolutely left some color. So I will leave all of these in the description box below. I don't think you can go wrong with any of them. The key is how quickly do you want the tan, what formula do you like, and hopefully all of these give you a variety of options to customize your summer tan. Just remember to exfoliate first, keep your skin very moisturized throughout the process. And if you want a self-tanning spray, I mean, that's the way to go if you ask me. It's done, it's easy. You don't have to try to figure out how you're gonna get all those nooks and crannies in other parts of your body. Super easy. So I hope this was helpful. Enjoy your summer safe tan, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.